This is the L2C Media Network, and this is Steve Baxley Sports Final. Tonight, the Lakers are one win away from regaining dignity, but still, it's Michael Jordan's ball. The NL and AL Division Series continues. Keith Olbermann leaves ESPN again. You won't believe why and where he will wind up. Original, except for the place. All that, plus the latest sports news, headlines, and everything else we can think of. This is the Sports Final. Here's our host with his little friend. Here's Steve. Hey, hi, how's it going? And look who joins. It's Uno. What do you got to say? One more time. Hello. Yep, that's right. It's Uno. Uno, the mouse assassin. There you go. There you go. Okay. Go on up. I know you want to do that. Go on. Anyway, come. Haha. Gotta get those claws straightened out. How you doing, everybody? Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right. We're on a way bit late. Let's do the promo. Let's get you the promo here. And what I mean by promo is we're going to remind you early that Nick Rekieta has got a very good edition of Lost Blaming the Interwebs tonight at midnight Eastern on YouTube. And we're going to tell you all about it on Lost Blaming the Interwebs with Nick Rekieta. Oh, is this going to be a fun show tonight at midnight Eastern? We got to do the commercial fast, and we're going to do it. 2 it, 3 it, 4 it, ole. So here we go. Come on, guys, light it up so I can get this and we can do everything. Coming up, it's Robert Barnes joining Nick to discuss speech, media lawyers, and politics. That's coming up tonight at midnight Eastern on the Rekieta Law channel here on YouTube. But right now, it's time. We got to do it. Why? Because that's what we do. We do sports with a little snarky attitude. So here we go. Let's get you the old headlines and everything else. And I think you're going to love what we got for you tonight. Of moments. Director Michelle Roberts has got her work cut out for her. So if you're ready, the 2020 NBA Finals are in full swing with the Lakers now up 3-1 against the Heat. And while it's incredibly strange to watch playoff basketball in October like this, there was a time where it didn't even seem like a real possibility due to the coronavirus pandemic. The NBA bubble has gone off mostly without a hitch, though, and the league has done a tremendous job of keeping COVID-19 at bay. Commissioner Adam Silver and those who helped put this on certainly deserve a pat on the back and a lot of applause. Thank you. But this bubble is only temporary. After this season concludes, the league will have to figure out how to conduct next season without a bubble amid a pandemic that's still very much alive. Now, the commissioner said recently that his best guess was that next season would start in 2021. Imagine that. As the NBA aims to play games in market without a bubble present for the entirety of the upcoming season. Anything the league decides will have to be agreed upon by the National Basketball Players Association, and according to Executive Director of the NBPA, Michelle Roberts, the players are seeing eye to eye on several topics regarding the start of next season. What are those, you may ask? Yes. Roberts told The Athletic the latter part of January, February makes sense. If it's later than that, if we have a terrible winter because the virus decides to reassert, that's fine. The absolute earliest will be January, and that's doable. Both sides agree that the following season should be 82 games played in market with reduced travel and explore the possibility of having a set amount of fans at each game per Shams Charania. Free agency expected to begin no later than December the 1st. And the projected salary cap isn't expected to go, you know, to be much lower than what the league anticipated. 115 million after COVID-19 shut everything down way back in March. The league has already set a date for the 2020 NBA draft, which is expected to take place, believe it or not, on November 18th. But aside from that, nothing else has been nailed down. Now, sooner rather than later is key, especially considering the NBA and Players Union agreed that an 8-week notice would be given to the players ahead of when next season would start. The longer the league goes without making a decision, the further back the season will start in 2021. If the two sides can't come to an agreement, a lockout for the upcoming season could be possible, although Roberts doesn't think it'll come to that. In fact, here's what Roberts said in whole. Our players and the teams are on the same place here. We need to get a cap and we need to know what the tax is. I think the teams want to, as quickly as possible after the draft and before free agency, plan and prepare. I don't blame them. The worst positions for teams to be in is having no certainty. One of the first orders of business will have to be to agree on the cap, agree on the tax, so teams can draft intelligently, trade intelligently, and deal with free agency intelligently. And our players want to know too. It's amazing what needs to be accomplished in the next 6 weeks, but it has to be done sooner rather than later. I would bet there is not a chance of a lockout. If it happens, it'll be absolutely because they are unreasonable and folks without any foresight are driving the train. I happen to think that Adam is neither one of those. We're going to resolve this, end quote. Now, in relation to whether the league will ever get back to its typical fall to summer schedule, Roberts doesn't think it's possible, not just because of COVID-19, though, but because the owners see real value in pushing the start date of the season back permanently. Roberts again speaks, quote, even before COVID happened, there was a conversation about starting our season later. Why compete with football in the fall? Why don't we start our season around Christmas? It may very well be that our regular schedule is going to change, not so much because of COVID, but because of the ability to experiment. I wouldn't bet on returning to the old normal. I gotta agree. I think the new normal is what it is, except for the bubble. There you go. So, there's your NBA report. We'll have the other little NBA report coming up. Let's keep going with the headlines or the sports lines. Major League Baseball. You're going to love it. I hope. Here we go. Yes. The Atlanta Braves took Game 1 of the NLDS over Miami Marlins thanks to a late game rally on Tuesday afternoon at Minute Maid Park in Houston. Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. hit a leadoff home run in the bottom of the first, scored 2 runs, and recorded an RBI in the win. Now, with a solo blast, a 428-foot shot to right center field. But after that, things got heated between the two NL East clubs when Marlins starter Sandy Alcantara third inning. The pair, along with the dugouts, exchanged words before Acuna took first base without any further altercations. The 22-year-old would later score from first on a double from Marcell Ozuna. Now, considering Acuna's team was the one to walk away with the win, The Braves seemingly had the last word, but Acuna made sure that was accentuated with his own version of an exclamation point. Quote, "I'd like to take this time to apologize to absolutely nobody." Post highlighting his bat flip after leadoff home run. Acuna appears to be referencing UFC champion Conor McGregor with the quote, "And I just love that shot." Now, he did add one more post-game response on social media. On Twitter, he said, quote, "They have to hit me as they don't get me out." End quote. In his post-game presser, Alcantara told reporters that Acuna didn't say anything after the hit by pitch. Rather, the dust-up was mostly based on the fact that the two were nearing each other. Ooh. If he's coming to me, I'll get him, Alcantara said, no matter what. The soup is on, and we're ready to dive into it. Let us get to, well, we don't have the final score, but let's give you what we got. What we got. Okay, and right now we are getting you the two big old score skis, and of course, if we can, here we go. We're in the ninth inning. It is Tampa Bay 7, New York Yankees 4 in Game 2 of the American League Division Series. 7-8-0 for the Rays, 5-5-1 for the Yankees. And it's 2 outs, 2 strikes, men on first and third. This is going to be fun. And we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Padres over the Dodgers, 1-0. I am so glad we're not following this one. Oh, boy. It is the opening salvo, the game 1 of the best 4 out of 7. And there you have it right there, as they say. I think we've... have we done the... okay, here we go. Astros beat the Athletics 5-2, 5-6-0 for the Stros, 2-6-0 for the Athletics. Houston leads the series by a count of 2-0. Valdez gets the win. He's 2-0. Manea gets a loss. He's 0-1. And Presley got a second save in the playoffs. Springer, not Jerry, but another one, the center fielder for Houston, went 2 for 4, got 2 runs, 2 homers, and 3 RBIs. Valdez, the Houston pitcher, pitched full 7, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, got 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. So there you go. And let's see. Do we have the Marlins and the Braves? Did they have a game tour, or was this also game 1? Okay, I just need to know. Okay, so I guess let me just let's just see here, because I want to make sure I don't screw up. Well, we are screwing up. Okay, it happened at Minute Maid Park. Was it today? Or was it? No, that was yesterday. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys in the band. It was yesterday. Houston. No, it was today. Today. I don't think they. Oh, I think Miami. No, Miami and Atlanta were yesterday, weren't they? I'm trying to understand what's going on here, so if you'll excuse me for a moment. Tuesday, October 6th, which is today. Okay, so it was today, yeah. Atlanta beat Miami. Okay. I think we got it. Yeah, I know we got it. Duh. Yep, we got it. Okay, we got it, folk. We got it. We're cooking. We're cooking good. We're cooking good. Okay. See, I knew we would get somewhere in this. Okay, Atlanta beat Miami 9-5. What a way to make a living. And yeah, 5-9-0 for the Marlins, 9-12-1 for the Braves. Braves lead the series 1-0. Smith got the win for the Braves. He's 1-0. Alcantara got the loss. He's 1-1. D'Arnaud, the Atlanta catcher, went 3 for 3, 1 run, 1 homer, 4 ribs. And excuse me, Smith got Smith. Okay, I think we got it. D'Arnaud went 3 for 3, run, a homer, double, Forbes, and 2 walks. Smith pitched 1 inning, didn't give up anything, not even a strikeout or a walk. There you go. And it is now a final. Huzzah, huzzing. The Rays beat the Yankees 7-5, 7-8-0 for the Rays, 5-5-1 for the Yanks. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. We don't have winner or loser yet, but Stanton, now we do. Glasnow, 2-0 for the Rays, Happ 0-1 for the Yankees, and Fairbanks, his second save for the Rays. Aren't you glad that we don't edit this? Stanton, the Yankee designated hitter, went 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 homers, and 4 ribs with a little sauce. Glasnow, the Tampa Bay pitcher, pitched 5 full, gave up 3 hits, 4 earned runs, got 10 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And finally, that's it for baseball, being very, very good to other people. Let's hit some more headlines. We gotta write clearly here, folks. Now they're in the 5th inning. San Diego leads the Dodgers 1-0. All right, let's keep going. In college basketball, in college basketball, then we'll have the NHL. Okay. The first month of college basketball season is shaping up to feature one great game after another, and after another. Can we kick it up a notch, please? College basketball continues to load up on elite must-see games for its upcoming season. The latest off-season upgrade features 2 Final Four contenders: Gonzaga playing Iowa in a game to be played on December 19th in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sources told our friends at CBS Sports. The Sanford Pentagon, the same site hosting the tournament field, formerly labeled the 2020 Battle for Atlantis, Sports Top 25 and 1 preseason rankings. The Hawkeyes are number 5. The game is a goodie, and not just because Gonzaga could be the best team in college basketball. This tilt will also feature the Lock of Locks preseason pick for National Player of the Year. Iowa center Luka Garza, the senior big man, opted to return to college basketball. 9 rebounds, or if you want to be accurate as a Swiss, to the 2020 NCAA tournament, thanks in large part to Garza's play. Garza won't be the only potential preseason All-American selection in the game. Gonzaga guard Corey Kispert leads maybe the most well-rounded starting 5 in the sport. The Zags are loaded yet again and have a championship aspiration. Now, it remains to be seen if fans will be allowed to attend. The Stanford Pentagon is an attractive option, in part because Stanford Health is a business partner with the base. Just as any neutral site event college basketball will have this regular season. Now, the addition of Iowa means Gonzaga will now face at least 4 top 25 level teams. On top of the Hawkeyes and Baylor, Gonzaga is scheduled to play in the Jimmy V Classic in Orlando, December 2nd against Tennessee, and also the Orlando Invitational Field in November, which is currently highlighted by Gonzaga and its 16-game WCC conference schedule. The Hawkeyes are expected to play a 20-game Big Ten slate, which will include a home game against a high-profile ACC opponent in the ACC Big Ten Challenge and the usual rivalry game against Ohio. Maybe if I get a drink, I won't have fumbleitis. 2 minutes after 12. Let's do it. Let's give you game 4. Lakers Heat and the Lakers are now one game away from erasing several doubts. With 40 seconds left in Game 4 of the NBA Finals, Anthony Davis took a deep three-pointer. It was precisely the kind of shot the Miami Heat wanted him to take, but he fired it with confidence just like he did when he broke the Denver Nuggets' hearts in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals when it fell right through the net. The Lakers had a 9-point lead. Lakers had a 9-point lead, which they would not relinquish. The 102-96 victory on Tuesday puts the Lakers one away from a championship. LeBron James repeatedly targeted Miami's weaker defenders in pick and rolls and finished with 28 points on 18 for 16 shooting, plus 12 rebounds and 8 assists. Davis had 22 points on 8 for 16 shooting with 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Let's see. And 4 blocks. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, former Penn, had 15 points on 16 for 12 shooting, including crucial layup late in the fourth quarter. Los Angeles took a 3-1 lead despite the return of Bam Adebayo. The Heat center had 15 points on 16 for 8 shooting and 7 rebounds. In 33 minutes, his first game back from a neck injury, Jimmy Butler had 22 points on 8 for 17 shooting, with 8 assists, 10 rebounds, and 3 steals. Miami was down by 2 with 3 minutes left, and Butler missed a clear 3, and Caldwell-Pope hit a 3 in transition. The Heat shot 11 for 32 from three-point range and will lament several of its misfires. Game 5 is Friday from the Wide World of Sports Complex at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Final score, Lakers 102, Miami Heat 96. Lakers lead the series 3-1. And that is extremely wild. And coming up, whoops, hi there. And if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm just doing this. And here we go. I know I haven't got the time period up, but we got to... there we go. Okay. Got to do a little commercial break here. Why? Because, well, we got no choice. We have to. So here we go. Let's do it proper. Folks, remember remember the show that made Bonnie Franklin, Valerie Bertinelli, Mackenzie Phillips, and Pat Harrington stars, and also made stars of other people as well? Well, it is back. And I know you're saying, duh, we already know that. So what was to debut this Monday? Well, we had a football game. So it's going to debut next Monday. The show, of course, we're talking One Day at a Time, and it returns with a reboot you'll never forget. One Day at a Time, Monday night on CBS. Time, I think, is going to be 8 o'clock, 7 Central. We'll find that out and give you a better better commercial for that. But once again, Rita Moreno is in it, and it's One Day at a Time with and I'm going to say it frankly, Latin flavor, but still funny AF. Okay, so don't forget, One Day at a Time. It's on Pop, but it has its debut on CBS next Monday night, which, let's see, Monday night, October 13th I do believe, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on CBS. And when you say the network's name, you must raise your eyebrows like Brett Musburger. CBS. Okay, that's enough out of that. Let's get back to more of the action that we have and the satisfaction of doing a sportscast. Okay, the NHL had the first round of the draft, and much like last, the Rangers got Alexis Lafreniere at number 1. Let's give you the results of the first round and occupy ourselves with the Red Wings. So here we go. The New York Rangers got Alexis Lafreniere. Los Angeles Kings got Quentin Byfield. Ottawa Senators from San Jose Sharks got Tim Stützle. Big difference. It was introduced by Alex Trebek. The fourth pick went to the Detroit Red Wings. We should have got number 1, but I'm not complaining. We got Lucas Raymond. Ottawa Senators got the 5th pick by themselves, Jake Sanderson. Anaheim Ducks got Jamie. 7th pick went to the New Jersey Devils, Alexander Holtz. 8th pick, the Buffalo Sabres, Jack Quinn. 9th pick, Minnesota Wild, Marco Rossi. 10th pick, Winnipeg Jets, Cole Perfetti. 11th pick went to the Predators of Nashville, Yaroslav Askarov. 12th pick, Florida Panthers, Anton Lundell. 13th pick from the Toronto Maple Leafs to the Carolina Hurricanes. 15th selection from the Pittsburgh Penguins, Radion Amirov. 16th selection went to the Montreal Canadiens, Caden Gill. 17th pick went to Linda Steele, Chicago Blackhawks, Lucas Reichel. 18th pick went to the New Jersey Devils from the Arizona Coyotes, Dawson Mercer. It is Dawson's Creek. 19th pick went to the Rangers from the Calgary Flames, Braden Schneider. Note the tie-in that we just did, yes. Number 20, this is it. Number 20, Mukhamadulin. 21st selection went to the Columbus Blue Jackets, Igor Chinakov. 22nd selection went to the Washington Capitals from Calgary Flames via New York Rangers via Carolina Hurricanes via the E-Train. Heinrich Lapierre. 23rd pick, Philadelphia Flyers, Tyson Forrester. 24th pick, Calgary Flames from the Washington Capitals, Connor Zary. 25th pick went to Colorado Avalanche, Justin Barron. 26th pick went to the St. Louis Blues, Jake Neighbors. Neighbors. We should play that music when we say his name. Of course, we'd have to get permission. Rats. We'll have to use the kazoo then. Number 27 went to the Anaheim Not So Mighty Ducks from the Boston Bruins, Jacob Perreault. 28th selection, the Ottawa Senators from the New York Islanders, Ridley Gregg. 29th selection, the Vegas Golden Knights got Brendan Brisson. 30th selection to the Dallas Stars, Maverick Baroque. Let's say that name again. Maverick Baroque. And the 31st selection went to the San Jose Sharks from the Tampa Bay Lightning, Ozzy Weisblatt or Weisblatt. And that there does it for the first round. Second round coming up tomorrow. Ba 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 ba. Sorry. Okay. Red Wings did some major duty. Oop. Let me just oops. The Detroit. No, come on, guys, get it right. Detroit Red Wings had some business. And Stevie Eisenman was very busy. What was he doing? Well, can we get this? There we go. Okay, so what did Stevie Y do? Oh God, what did he not do? Well, let's put it this way: the Wings' costly decision, and I mean costly. They cut Justin Ablocator, and yep, Justin Ablocator cut a decision that will cost the Wings salary cap room for 6 years, but will open a roster spot. Abdicator's play had been in decline since his former center Pavel Datsuk left in 2016, and triggering a buyout was really the only option because of the novel coronavirus. And once he cleared, assigned him to the Grand Rapids Griffins, that would have created roster room and provided a little more than $1 million in salary cap relief on Abdicator's $4.25 million average annual hit. Buying out Applicator's contract will count against the cap through 2025-26, $1.81 million in 2020-2021, $2.31 million in each of 2021-2022, and 2022-2023, and $1.1 million the following 3 years. Once the buyout is completed, Applicator can sign with the other team. The Wings have about $28 million in cap room, though a chunk of that is earmarked to resign restricted free agents Anthony Mantha and Tyler Bertuzzi. Now, with financial flexibility at his disposal, this was a way for Yzerman to make the team more competitive by opening a spot amongst the bottom 6 forwards. Evgeny Svechnikov, a first-round pick from 2015, who is no longer waiver exempt, could be a fit. So could one of the other restricted free agents Yzerman is expected to re-sign. Adam Ern, who he acquired via trade in 2019. Dmitrio Timosov, who Yzerman claimed off waivers last season, or Christopher N., a fourth-round pick from 2014. They've loaned many of their prospects to European teams to offset the uncertainty regarding North American minor league hockey. Joe Velino has been loaned to Malmo of the Swedish Elite League, joining forwards Michael Rasmussen. Graz 99ers defenseman Jared McIsaac, HBK, by the way, Graz 99ers, Austria, HBK Finland defenseman Moritz Seidler, Mannheim defenseman Philip Hronek, Monfield HK in Czechoslovakia, forward Philip Zadina, HC Ocelari Triniak, Czechoslovakian defenseman Gustav Lindstrom, and goaltender Filip Larsen, both Almatuna, and forward Mathis Brown of Olbro. Also, they cut their longtime goaltender, Jimmy. Of course, Abdicator wasn't the only one abdicated. Jimmy Howard was also cut. And Yzerman is shaping the Red Wings in, if you'll excuse the expression, his image. And I don't know what that image is going to be, but it's going to be fun to find out. It is, isn't it? Yes, it is. It is. It truly is. By the way, we're in the 5th inning. Padres still lead the Dodgers 1-0 in the first game of their National League Division Series. Now, oh, by the way, it's in the 6th, and the Dodgers just scored. It's 1-1. Boy, am I glad we stayed with the basketball game. Oi. All right. By the way, we want to congratulate the Seattle Storm. Correct? Yeah. Thank you. They swept the Vegas Aces in dominant fashion and win a record-tying fourth WNBA championship. It's WNBA. We're going to retire the Dennis Rodman joke after this. We seriously are. So there you go. No more Dennis Rodman jokes when we talk about the WNBA. Okay, let's keep going. Also, the Seattle Seahawks. We talk about the NFL. There we go. Seattle Seahawks are auditioning, believe it or not, Michael Kendricks and Damon Harrison for a visit in an attempt to improve the worst defense. That's right. The Seattle Seahawks have proven themselves to be a Super Bowl contender through the quarter mark of the NFL season with help of MVP frontrunner Russell Wilson leading the way on the defensive side of the ball. Seattle, owners of the NFL's worst defense in yards allowed, are bringing in linebacker Michael Kendricks and defensive tackle Damian Harrison for a visit. Per the NFL's transaction wire, the Seahawks also had DeMarcus, all defensive players. Seattle is seeking to improve the NFL's worst defense in terms of yards allowed, as the Seahawks have given up 476.8 yards per game on the year. The Seahawks are also last in pass defense and yards per drive. The average amount of yards given up per possession, which accumulate towards the total amount of yards the defense has given up, though, 4 games. Kendricks has some history in the Seahawks system, playing the past 2 seasons in Seattle. He has 90 tackles, 5 sacks, and 4 passes defensed in 18 games. He suffered an ACL in the regular season finale against the 49ers last year and did not sign with any team as a free agent this offseason. Kendricks is due for sentencing later this month on an insider trading charge that he pled guilty to in September. Seahawks are banged up at linebacker with Bruce Irvin out for the year with a knee injury, and Jordan Brooks dealing with another knee injury, so any insurance at the position would be beneficial. Harrison, a first-team All-Pro in 2016, recorded 49 tackles and 2 sacks in 15 games with the Detroit Lions last season. Known for being one of the best run-stuffing defensive tackles in the NFL, the Seahawks are 3rd in the NFL in run defense, but have recorded just 6 sacks in the team's first 4 games. Harrison wouldn't help much in the pass rush, but provides more in-depth at defense tackle and could potentially start at the position if he signs with Seattle. Harrison also told Josiah Services, boy, if he signs with the Green Bay Packers, give the Lombardi Trophy to him. I mean, they are going to be strong. Okay, further little remarks. We got some more headlines for you and full detail of stories, but of course, we got to hit this one. Well, he made his announcement the only way he knew how, online. If you'll recall, Keith Olbermann used to be in his first foray with ESPN ended on a not-so-happy notation. He then worked for a time over at MSNBC as a political commentator. Who can forget his departure with the White House in Crisis report that he did with Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. And let's not forget his little show, I forget what it was called on MSNBC, called Outboard, with Keith Olbermann, Out Loud, or whatever it was called. It was it was rather a politically motivated, political intense little showgram. I don't know what it was called, though. I mean, my sense of discretion. I don't think it was called Outclassed, Outtuned, Outnumbered. Countdown, that's what it was called. Countdown with Keith Olbermann. You know, it had to do with numbers. And he introduced the worst person of the world every Friday. Ended up reading a book from one of his favorite authors. And when he decided to leave MSNBC for the dark confines of what used to be known as Current, now known as, well, what is it known as? It used to be Al Jazeera America. Now we don't know what the hell it's called. Anyway, Keith Olbermann went back to ESPN, and now he's leaving. But this time, it's on friendly terms. That's right. Keith Olbermann is gone from ESPN. But he's not napalming any bridges this time. I mean, they have now since been repaired. Olbermann has worked at ESPN on and off since '89, joining the network full-time in '92 and working there till '97 before leaving for MSNBC, then spending time at Fox Sports Net, where they couldn't even take his ego. Of course, now he's changed. He's more humble. He wound up back with ABC Radio in 2001 and ESPN Radio in 2005, but was mostly working for MSNBC during that time and continued his news and politics duties there, even after adding a Football Night in America role with NBC in 2007. Following stints with NBC and TBS, Olbermann returned to ESPN in 2013 for his own show, which featured the regular Worst Person in the World segment he started with at MSNBC in 2003. In 2014, a 2014 one on Mike Francesa, well, is his pride and joy, but he left in 2015. He returned again in 2018 after finishing a 2016-2017 political commentary run with GQ's YouTube channel, and even co-hosted a reunion Sports Center with Dan Patrick last year. Now, he's heading out again, as he relayed on Twitter yesterday. So, what is he going to do now? You guessed it. Yes, friends, you guessed it. In his heartfelt goodbye, we read in full. I want to thank my friends at ESPN, particularly Norby Williamson and Jimmy Pitaro, for releasing me a little early for my contract so I can resume my political commentaries, which I'll detail in a moment. In the 31 years since I first worked for the network, filling in for Roy Firestone on Sports Look in LA, I've left ESPN in every different way imaginable. While only once was it unpleasant, this time it is truly on happy terms. I have adhered to their desire for their sportscasters to refrain from purely political commentary, an approach with which I largely agree. And they have now agreed with my desire to go and serve my country by focusing my energy on political commentary. I sincerely wish them continued success, thank them for 3 enjoyable years, and hope to be back to participate in future anniversaries and reunions if they desire. Before going back into the political tumult, I will be taking some time off, about 24 hours. I'll be doing a new live daily commentary series with YouTube focused on the presidential election called The Worst Person in the World. Gee, I wonder who he's talking about. It premieres live on The Worst Person in the World, my YouTube channel, at 5 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, October 7th, provided my shirts come back from the cleaners in time. I'll tweet the link to the YouTube channel, annoyingly, constantly, 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Be there, aloha. This is a parting of the ways that probably makes some sense for both sides. As Olbermann notes, ESPN has pushed for its talent to stay away from purely political commentary, even on social media platforms. So it would make sense for him to do a YouTube show focused on politics while working there. And while that ESPN approach has its downfalls, it's also seemingly worked out okay for them so far. Where there still are occasional flare-ups over particular comments, there are far less discussion about ESPN and culture wars. And plenty of ESPN personalities who want to discuss news and politics more have been able to move on to other outlets where they can be more of a focus, including Jamel Hill with The Atlantic and Vice, Gary Champion with Vice and Turner, now Olbermann with YouTube. For all his prominence as a sportscaster, Olbermann is also very well known on the political side, especially with his work for MSNBC. And if he's going to launch a daily political commentary show a month before a much-discussed U.S. presidential election, It's certainly a good time to do it. Personally, I don't think so. I think he should have done it when the campaigns began last year, but who am I to complain? And it makes sense that ESPN wouldn't necessarily want him doing that while still working for them, but it's good that the sides were able to come to a resolution that let him out of his ESPN deal. After all, I don't think he looked good constantly wearing the mouse ears and doing that cheesy Mickey Mouse impression. Ha 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 ha! It's another twist in Owen's career, but it fits with what he wants to do right now, and he's found a platform that's eager to have him doing it. For now, wait till he says something wrong and YouTube censors him. This is a live program. We wish him well, and we hope he returns to sports someday soon. Until then, it's our little plebeian. So here we go. We continue. Here's the little notation we want to give you. NFL Week 4 and the viewership therein. Now, Fox, which was unaffected by all the chaos, got another increase, while the primetime packages did a little decrease. Let's put it this way. The poor viewership for CBS doubleheader on Sunday, the early window, which ended up being Chargers Bucks in 3/4 of the country, averaged just 9.9 million viewers, down 32% from last year's double dip. Last year's early time slot was filled by Patriots Bills in just over half the country. But get this, kids. Losing the Patriots-Chiefs matchup to Monday night, Bills-Raiders, also in 3/4 of the country, drew 18.61 million viewers. The most watched NFL window of the week, but down 6% from 2019's Vikings-Bears highlighted window. A matchup like Buffalo-Vegas had much less sex appeal than New England-Kansas City, and yet the window didn't completely fall apart. Fox's single dip was up, but much like last week's increase, it was a small one, and that included the Lions and Chiefs. No, that included the Lions game. But Sunday Night Football drew just 15.08 million viewers, down 37% from a blockbuster Cowboy-Saint matchup a year ago. And the unexpected Monday night doubleheader was a disaster for ESPN, with Falcons-Packers drawing just 8.65 million viewers, down 21% from Bengals-Steelers last year. And how about this? CBS's Monday night telecast between the Chiefs and Patriots drew 14.60 million viewers. Hit the bell! There's really nothing to compare that game to, since Monday Night Football airs on cable in each week. But I will note, this is not a bad rating. This is not a bad draw, and it may have gotten the mouse schwitzing in that sauna of his in Hollywood. 14.60 million viewers. That has got to be for CBS the watermark. And I have a feeling the mouse is getting a little skittish because, as we all know, the ESPN Monday night deal ends in 2021. So with the new broadcast rights deals being negotiated, how much you want to bet CBS with that draw is thinking, hey, maybe it's time we get into that Monday Night Football contract. Interesting, don't you think? Indeed it is. Indeed it is interesting. So, there you go, kids. All that fun. So, the question must be asked, how much of that hard cheddar would Mickey Mouse want to give up for its big old moneymaker on Monday night to remain on to remain theirs on ESPN or ESPN on ABC or both in a little simulcast? I mean, how much cheese is there in the Disney vaults to keep Monday Night Football in the family before it bolts to the eyeball? We'll know soon enough, won't we? Yes, indeed. All right. Time for some time for shout outs. And then we will go to the scoreboard. Let's do some shouters. And give it up like Mofu. That's right, Charlie Mofu. Great guy. Don't know whatever happened to him. But I am going to. Okay, let's get to Facebook. Hey, Marielle Lou, how are you? Brenda Dixon, Cleo Glide, Sammy Phillips, Samantha O'Neill, Casey Ann, Monica Cram, Gary Cram, Angela Peterson, Christina Peterson, Yuki Tanaka, Anne-Marie Mann, Brian Mann, Jay the Brain Man, Matt Zivich, Ricky Pickrell, Brenda Gaminsky, Alan Oberoff, Matthew Nichols, Nancy Nichols, Jerry Nichols, Tony Pickrell, Amy Hayes, Crystal Hart, Frida Hayes, Morris Hayes, Stacy Hayes, Donna Payne, Mike Sparks. And of course, we got January J. Keaton, Sarah Chavez, Jacqueline Fleming, Hilda Clark Bowen, Crystal Hart. I've already made mention, so I'll mention again. We also say howdy do to Pete Oeda, Louisa Fernanda, Jeff Rollo, Dale Sankey, George Templeton, Marley Wiley, Blind Lemon, Nellie K9, Mrs. Nellie K9, Itan G, the Jewish rapper. How you doing, my friend? We say hi to Chad Noppy. How you doing? Also saying a big ol' hi to my friends over at Channel 6 and Fox 26 in Houston. Alex Sims, Nick Mantis, Audrey Dahlgren. We also say a big old hi to Ashley Graham. And if that's not enough, we also say hey to hi to Keith Goodwin. And we are dedicating the shout outs to the memory of Eddie Van Halen, the man who is the front man for that great group known as Van Halen. We also say hi to Mike Sparks. And now let's go to Der Twitter. That's right, let's go to Twitter. Say hi to my friends on Twitter. Kellyanne Collins. That's right. Rebecca. Mandy Summers. Of course. Peter Gilmore. Wyatt Holiday. And by the way, Mandy Summers, you look good in the well, you wore that mask beautifully. She had a mask that had a pig snout. Okay, let's keep it going here. Pete Oeda, Louisa Fernanda, Mandy Summers, Stacey Hayes, Lisa Guerrero, Andrea Isom, Audrey Dahlgren, Charlie's London, Cheryl Atkinson. everyone on Twitter. Want to also say a blessed howdy hi to my friends on the gram. And let's put it this way. We say hi to Claudia Treos, to Dorothy Malone, Courtney Lynn Elwood. How y'all doing? We also say we also got to say hi to Jesse Wong. That's right. We're going to say hi to all these nice people. We say a gracious hello. As we said, Claudia Treos, Dorothy Malone. We also want to say to France TY, Reba Fitness, Dorothy Malone. Also, we say a big arse hola to Charlene Jeter, Presley and Taylor, Annie's Fine Art. We also say hi to Annie Jewel Tool, Tess Broussard, and one more person we want to say hi to, Magnificent on Art, Magnificent One Art, Oreke, happy birthday. And we also say hello to Wart the Wizard as well. And a few other of the nice folks on Instagram. We say hello to them. Guess what? It's time. We wrap things up with the reason humanity loves us all. That is the scoreboard. That's right. It's time for scoreboard. So I'm going to turn down James Gordon for a little bit. There we go. Ladies and germs, here we go across the world. It is the scoreboard, and that is when we say our adieus, when we go to the scoreboard. Okay, by the way, once again, Nick Rekieta Show, Lost Blaming the Interwebs, is about 41 minutes into it, and I can't wait to see a little bit of it. By the way, welcome back, Keith Oberman, your YouTube show I can't wait for. That'll be when I open up my little whiskey bottle. Show it to you right there. There it is. I got that from a group of folks called the Brews and Bros. During the pandemic, they would deliver booze and snacks and little intercentrals to the folk who went on Facebook, on their Facebook page, and let them know. Anyway, here we go. In the Euro Cup basketball, is that Mornar? Yeah. Or Mamar. Nope, I think that's Mormar. Can we pump it up, guys? Pump it up to at least Mornar. Thank you. Thank you very much. Go back to the 100. Thank you. Mornar Bar over Unikaja, 80-90. Unix Kazan over Bakshazir, 89-88. Budnakost over Levalos, 89-83. Trento over Prometheus, 78-51. Morabanca Andorra over Antwerp Giants, 71-60. Partizan over Venezia, 95-73. In the Czech Republic Extra League in hockey, Prague over Karlovy 3-2. And in Finland, It was IFK Helsinki over the Pelicans 3-1. Let's go now to Japan for some baseball. The NPB and the Oric Buffaloes blanked the Chiba Lotte Marines 3-0, 3-8-0 for the Buffaloes, 0-2-0 for the Marines. Ishikawa for the Marines gets a loss. He's 7-4. Yamamoto for the Buffaloes is 8-3. He got the win. Chunichi Dragons over the Coot Swallows 4-0, 4-9-0 for the Dragons, 0-5-0 for the Swallows. Katsunu gets a win for Dragons. He's 3-4. Kubo gets a loss for the Swallows. He's 0-1. This one went extra and had no winners or losers. The Hiroshima Carp over the Hanshin Tigers 4-4, 4-10-2 for the Carp, 4-8-1 for Los Tigres. No winners, no losers. So we don't have to get the pictures, but all of them did a good job. Nippon Ham Fighters over the Rakuten Golden Eagles 5-3, 5-10-1 for the Ham Fighters, 3-8-0 for the Golden Eagles. Uwashawa for the Ham Fighters gets the win. He's 8-4. Norimoto gets a loss. He's 5-5. The Seibu Lions over the Fukuoka Silverhawks 3-1, 3-4-1 for the Lions, 1-4-1 for the Hawks. Takahashi gets the win for the Lions. He's 6-8. Senga gets the loss for the Hawks. He's 7-6. Finally, the Omuri Giants beat up on the Yokohama Bay Stars 6-4, 6-14-0 for the Giants, 4-5-0 for the Bay Stars. Sugano for the Giants gets the win. He's 13-0. That deserves a bell. Sakamoto gets the loss for the Bay Stars. He's 3-1. All right, let's go to South Korea. Hanwha Eagles over the Kia Tigers, 3-2, 3-7-0 for the Eagles, 2-12-0 for Los Tigres. Kiwoom Heroes over the NC Dinos, 2-1, 2-5-1 for the Heroes, 1-5-0 for the Dinos. Samsung Lions over the LG Twins, 3-2, 3-5-1 for the Lions, 2-9-2 for the Twins. The Lottie Giants over the KT Wiz Swan, 10-9, 10-14-0 for the Giants, 9-12-1 for the Swan. And the Doosan Bears beat up the SK Wyverns 9-4, 9-8-0 for the Bears, 4-9-1 for the Wyverns. And that, my friends, is that for our little show of shows tonight. Very big and very heavy crowded. Very big, very heavy, and very crowded night of sports. If we missed anything that we plugged tonight, we will have it as part of Sports Leftovers tomorrow. We will be back after. Well, I'm gonna say it. It's a Wednesday night. We'll be on the air probably around 11:35, 11:40, and excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna pet my little kitty. Or pet Uno. Nice job you did, Uno. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I am Steve, the Baxman Baxley, and this has been a presentation of the...
with chocolate sauce.
Thank you. And that is it for us, Steve, the Baxman Baxley, here for everybody on the L2C Sports and the L2C Media Network. We're going to say goodnight to you and say that this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. May all your favorite teams always be winners. Good night, America, wherever and whomever ye may be. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, probably at the proper time at 11:30, we hope. Good night, everybody. Have a great sports week.